Albie Amankona, a broadcaster, commentator and co-founder of the group Conservatives Against Racism for Equality. And we also have Femi Olawale, a political campaigner and writer for The Independent. Albie, you are delighted with this result. Why?
I think it is a wonderful thing. I, like many Conservative Party members, have been waiting for this day since Kemi Badenoch threw her hat into the ring back in 2022. It was probably the first time a lot of your listeners, Tina, really understood who she was. I think she is exactly the right person to be taking control of the Conservative Party at what is a very difficult juncture for the party.
Let me bring in Femi at this point. Femi, a lot of people do like the fact that, they call Kemi a breath of fresh air. They say she's direct, she's straight talking, she's got a no-nonsense approach.
Yeah, I think she's hilarious, to be honest. She talked about before about how you can't make promises and plans without having any idea how you're going to actually deliver them. And yet yesterday she said we made promises and plans without knowing how we're going to deliver them, as we did with Brexit. Now, this is the same person who supported Brexit for years. She told anybody that was complaining about the damage it would do to the country of being Project Fear and tried to disregard those concerns. And now she's admitting that she sold us Brexit on a lie. There's no straight talking with her. The only straight talking is admitting how much she has been deceiving us. Let's talk about what Dawn Butler is in trouble with for right now, because that's really annoying me. The idea that she's being criticised for what she said when Kemi Badenoch has already admitted to it. About a month ago, she was talking to The Telegraph saying that she was annoyed about how Conservatives were seen as racist. And so she said, if I, as a black woman, can be in a high position in the Conservative Party, then I'm willing to do that to dispel the myth of the Conservative Party being racist. So she is the one that said she wishes to use her skin colour as cover for the racism in the Conservative Party. And she has admitted the racism in the Conservative Party. She said that Frank Kester's comments saying that Diana makes you want to hate all black women was racist, but she argued for his forgiveness. Her whole purpose is basically supporting white supremacy in a black face. So what Dawn Butler retweeted was entirely spot on.
Okay, was it spot on, Albie?
No, I think what Femi has is what I like to call Kemi derangement syndrome. You'll find a lot of black British media commentators like Femi just slagging her off constantly. Look, ultimately, you want to call Conservative Party members racist. The Conservative Party has just voted a black woman to be the leader of the Conservative Party. The Labour Party have 12 black female MPs. None of them are in cabinet. No black Labour MP has ever been close to the leadership. All right, you've got David Lammy as Foreign Secretary. But I think that Femi standing here having the gall to call Conservatives racist when we've just elected the first black female leader of a major European political party, I think you should probably clean up your own house before worrying about someone else's.
Femi, does Albie have a point?
I'm not Labour. I'm criticising Conservative. I've had plenty of criticisms of Labour, but I'm criticising Conservative Party because that's what we're talking about right now. And the "I've got black friends" defence of we put someone who's black in charge, that is not a valid defence, because if you think that her skin colour matters more than her values, that is of itself racist.
It doesn't matter more than her values.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. So let's look at what her values are. She said that it is illegal for teachers to teach that white privilege exists. Now, white privilege is the system of systemic racism against ethnic minority people. Now, the figures that are available on her own government's website say that black people are stopped and searched by police 7 times more than white people, that black people have to send 80% more job applications to get a callback because of the sound of their name on CVs. So systemic racism is a fact that is established on government websites, her own government websites. So to teach that is illegal to teach about the reality of the system that is confirmed by her government is deliberately covering up racism. Now, if you cover up racism, that is supporting racism.
All right, point made. Albie, what's your response to that? Do you agree that those are her principles?
No, I agree that her principles, as she has put out herself, are things that we all hold dear, things like freedom of speech, freedom of association, free enterprise, personal responsibility, meritocracy. Not that I think Femi particularly cares about what Kemi has actually said her values are. And this whole idea that Kemi Badenoch is somehow pretending racism doesn't exist, when she spearheaded the Inclusive Britain strategy, which actually found disparities and did work to close the racial disparities that we see in society. And this left-wing idea that Femi has, that all disparity equals discrimination, has been debunked time and time again. There are racial disparities to close in society. Kemi has already worked on closing them. So to say that she somehow pretends racism doesn't exist when she has experienced the most awful racism throughout her leadership campaign from both people like Femi and also people on the right, I think is disgraceful.
A month ago, she said that Martin Luther King's dream of having a society where nobody is judged by the color of their skin, she said that was achieved in the late 90s. So she has deliberately gone out to pretend as if systemic racism doesn't exist. Not to mention what she said about we should be forgiving Frank Hester, who is, by the way, a major donor of the Conservative Party, who said that Diane Abbott makes him want to hate all black women, and that she should be shot. And in terms of her values, in terms of free enterprise and that sort of stuff, she herself has said that Brexit has been especially traumatic for the car industry compared to many others. So her primary platform, she's A, admitted that it was a lie, B, admitted that it was damaging. So if you're trusting her with the economy, you're insane.
OK, Femi Olawale, thank you very much, and Albie Amankona, both for joining us. Over to you.